What's going on, guys? I'm Dylan Rockoff. My new song is called Magic, and you're watching my exclusive, most requested live Ask Anything chat. Thank you so much to Romeo and iHeartRadio for having me on tonight, and let's dive right into some questions. So, Constance from Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, stand up. How do you pronounce your full name with the proper native Williamsport accent? So, I've heard from some people that I have an accent and that they can hear it, whether it's a Pennsylvania thing or Williamsport thing, I'm not really sure. I don't really know what that accent sounds like or what it's supposed to sound like, so I'll just go for it. My full name is Dylan Alexander Rockoff. If you hear an accent in there, point it out, break it down for me, send me the breakdown, and show me where you hear the accent, because I'm very curious, but I hope that answered your question. Thank you for that, Constance. Hannah from Farmington wants to know, if you were on Jeopardy and the answer was Dylan Rockoff, what was the question? So, I'm thinking I watch a disproportionately large amount of sports documentaries, particularly ESPN 30 for 30s. So if they went in and found how much time I've logged on watching ESPN 30 for 30s, I think if the question was, who has logged the most time watching ESPN 30 for 30s, the answer would be, who is Dylan Rockoff. So I'm proud of that one. I'll wear that as a badge of honor. Go sports. Tom from Trenton, New Jersey wants to know, what was it like opening up for Bon Jovi? I almost went to that show. So first of all, Tom, wish you could have been there. It was a magical night. Bon Jovi was amazing that night. I had a wonderful time opening up. The crowd was very warm and very receptive. Thank you so much to Bon Jovi and his team and to Live Nation for having me that night. In a word, it was magical, no pun intended, but it really, really was a really special experience for me. Having grown up listening to so much Bon Jovi, his first self-titled album is actually hanging up there on my wall, and yeah, it was a really full circle moment for me to share the stage with somebody who I grew up listening to and who was such a huge part of my mom and my dad's musical upbringing. My dad being from Jersey and Bon Jovi being the icon that he is in New Jersey, and growing up in neighboring Pennsylvania where he was still an icon in my time. And my mom grew up, when I was growing up, was always going to see Bon Jovi concerts. So for me, it was a hugely life-changing experience, and one that gave me an experience that I'm going to be, a goal to shoot for. I would love to be back in Madison Square Garden playing again one day, whether that's an opening slot or hopefully headlining one day. That's a big, big dream of mine. So, I've got a new song. It's called Magic. Go listen to it. I think it's really good. I would love to hear that song in Madison Square Garden one day soon. So, to answer the question in a word, it was life-changing and magical. Really one of the best experiences of my life. So thank you for that question. And hopefully I'll see you at a show sometime again in the future, or sometime in the future. So Gianna from Pittsburgh wants to know, if you could tell 12-year-old aspiring guitarist Dylan something, what would it be? This is a really good question, because this is a question that I ask myself on a regular basis to kind of keep things in perspective and use as a measuring stick of, where I was compared to where I am now. And I think that 12-year-old aspiring guitarist Dylan would be very, very proud and very excited to know that this is the life that I'm living now, and the opportunities that I've had and the things that I've been able to do through music. But if I could tell him anything, the one thing that I wish, I don't have any regrets, but the one thing that I would encourage him to do is to enjoy the ride, enjoy every step of it from the very beginning to where you are now. Always being willing to celebrate the small things, because there's a lot of little victories along the way. There's also, some stuff that doesn't quite go your way all the time. And that's okay too. So I would say, enjoy the ride and don't sweat the small stuff. Keep the big picture in mind, and just enjoy it, because it goes by so fast. And, you got to suck as much joy out of it as you can while you're doing it, because it really, really is a fun time, and it's a really special experience to be having. So that's what I would say. So 12-year-old me, if you're listening in some parallel universe, listen to these words and try to take it into consideration. Thank you for that question. Tanya from Jamestown, New York wants to know, what was it like growing up in Williamsport? Well, Williamsport is a smaller town in Pennsylvania. And to be honest with you, I live in Nashville, Tennessee now. It reminds me a lot of Nashville, not in the sense that there's a lot going on as far as the city goes, but the way that the geography is. It's heavily wooded, very hilly, a great place to kind of be an escape, and a good combo between being isolated and still being in the heart of things and having things going on. There was a great arts community in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, very supportive of music. There was a theater, it still is a theater in my hometown called the Community Arts Center. That's a very beautiful theater that was built in the early 1900s. And I was lucky enough to get to play several shows there and cut my teeth as a performer there through the school of music that I went to growing up, the Uptown Music Collective, which is a huge, wonderful pillar of the community, the music and arts community in Williamsport. I had wonderful teachers and lots of wonderful parents and coaches growing up, having been so involved in sports and so involved in school and extracurricular activities outside of it. I can't say enough nice things about Williamsport as a community and the people there and how supportive they've been of me and of the arts at large. It's a really wonderful place to have grown up. The Little League World Series being kind of our claim to fame. Obviously, I played a lot of baseball growing up. If I could go back and change one thing, I would have done one season of high school baseball because I love baseball. I'm actually on an intramural team down here in Nashville, which I really enjoy. I would have played a little bit more baseball in Williamsport if I could go back, and sometimes I would like to because I love baseball. But it was wonderful. Sports, arts, community, wonderful people, small town. Yeah, really great experience. And I love going back. So thank you for that question, Tanya. Essie from Minneapolis wants to know boxers or briefs? Briefs, for sure. So thanks again for watching my most requested live Ask Me Anything chat. Thanks again to Romeo for having me on the show tonight. My new song is called Magic. Go check it out.